So my name is Melumzi Matiwane, born and raised in Grahamstown. I say born and raised in the fact that I only arrived in Grahamstown from Edo at about 2 years, so pretty much I spent my whole life in Grahamstown itself. I am an individual that is quite wildlife orientated, conservation, and that's where I've been able to build a successful career in terms of conservation and being involved in that field. And I've always had a big desire to try and link up who I am personally, but also do some work within the community. So it's only recently, within the last 3-4 years, that I've actually now tied up something that can say that I also belong or do stuff for Grahamstown as well. So I was lucky enough to meet up with Graham Holmes, and this is through a wildlife photography that we had with WESA. So this was conducted in one of the schools. I had the opportunity to take some of those students out to Amakhala, which is quite a beautiful reserve, introduce them into nature, and also give them an opportunity to take part in partaking in photography skills. Met Graham, and I think it was important through that meeting that we started having conversation and then developing ideas that we could actually have something that we can implement and have for Grahamstown as well. So that's how I came across to meet Graham. So my role in terms of the Grahamstown project, I'd like to identify myself as a link between setting up a different network of people where people have a set of skills and they're willing to offer trainer or trainees the opportunity to learn from as well. And what's been amazing with the Grahamstown project and what they're doing is that they've got the funding from the Kenya Trust, which allows people to also take part in that training or trainee, but also be able to get a bit of a stipend as well, because I think it's good motivation in the sense that at least when they do rock up for the training that they do take part in, they do have something in their stomach and they're not well looked after as well. So it's been quite good, and I believe going forward we can have a lot of these little networks or little hubs that people operate from home, learn skills and be able to do stuff for themselves as well. Okay, so the Kingsley Hallgate, I think it's been, growing up, thinking about the spirit of adventure, reading about stuff on Kingsley, and through my work, I was able to actually work for him under the Kingsley Hallgate Foundation. So when they spoke about the new travel or adventure that they wanted to do in terms of the edge, or the Mzansi Edge is what they call it, the expedition, they also wanted to include the coastline within the Eastern Cape. So being around as well, they gave me a bit of a phone call to see if I was interested, and very much quite happy to jump on. I think what was also exciting about the trip as well, yes, I'm an Eastern Caper, but I've never actually had the opportunity to travel up the Transkei. So especially on the coastline itself. So it was quite an eye-opener to see the gems, the people. I mean, sure, it is special place. And to be able to take part in such an adventure with someone that I grew up idolizing as well. And also, with the adventure that they also do a lot of work with Do More Foundation. So they were giving up these nutritional packs to communities, to ECD centers where the kids can also benefit. I know we're going through a very difficult time with COVID and everything, and to be able to give the people something to add onto their nutritional supplements at home is even more important. So it was quite an amazing journey to spend those 10 days with them. At first, it was quite difficult to identify a spot because everywhere we went on the next day became different and there was a special flavor about it. But I came to identify with Mdumbi. So Mdumbi is just east of Coffee Bay, as you just pass the hole in the wall. And it's just pristine. And I think as an Eastern Caper, it's quite difficult from the beaches that I've been in because I always see people. They're literally no one. The waves are perfect. There's plenty of seashells and you walk on the coastline for 10 Ks and you don't even see anyone there. So it was quite a spiritual connection as well to have that opportunity to enjoy the beach without anyone there. So Mdumbi definitely rates high on my list. My hopes and dreams for the future, definitely more engagement in Grahamstown. I believe the community around here deserves a lot more. There's a lot of good people that are willing to do good things. So I believe that if we can shake up Grahamstown, yes, there's some stuff that are not too appealing at the moment, but we can definitely get past it. And what's important as well is to try and get people to understand that if they're looking at jobs in Grahamstown, that's at the moment impossible, but they need to start skilling themselves to be able to get those skills going so that they can provide work for themselves. I mean, it would be quite a fantastic adventure to have at least in every community 2 or 3 households that are able to produce stuff for themselves and actually sell out there, thus creating a lot of money into Grahamstown as well. So the future is to try and get people to actually open up and understand that they can actually do something by being at home and just being engaged or involved with other mechanisms or skills that they can grow.